Tom was a stray cat wandering through the narrow streets. The tough life forced him to constantly search for food in trash cans or steal fish from restaurants. One day, Tom decided to pull off a bigger heist, sneaking into a grocery store to steal some delicious meat and fish. However, Tom's plan didn't go as expected. Just as he grabbed a piece of rich, fatty salmon, the alarm blared loudly. Spotlights flashed, sending Tom into a panic, but it was too late. A squad of wolf-like police cats rushed in and caught him on the spot. Tom was taken to the police station where he had to face a series of questions from a strict officer. After a thorough investigation, his case was forwarded to the court. At the trial, the judge, a wise and authoritative Persian cat, peered down at Tom through a pair of old spectacles and declared, "Tom the cat, you are found guilty of theft. Considering that this is not your first offense, the court sentences you to 1 year in prison." Tom was shocked upon hearing the verdict, but there was nothing he could do except accept his fate. The very next day, he was escorted to prison, a cold, strict place where rules were absolute. In prison, Tom had to learn how to adapt to his new life. His first job was cleaning the bathrooms, a tough and unpleasant task. Every day, he had to scrub the floors, wipe down the sinks, and endure the terrible stench. Not only that, but Tom was also assigned to drilling work in the prison repair workshop. The job required patience and precision, but he had no choice but to comply. Any act of defiance could get him into trouble with the strict guards. Every morning, Tom had to wake up on time to line up for breakfast with the other inmates. The meal was simple, just a bit of watery porridge and a few pieces of dried fish, nothing like the fresh, delicious fish he once stole. Gradually, Tom realized just how precious life outside truly was. In prison, Tom met many other inmates, each with their own story. Some were there for fighting, others for fraud, and some had ended up behind bars due to a moment of recklessness. Over time, Tom began to understand that everyone makes mistakes, but what truly matters is learning to correct them. One day, the prison warden announced a rehabilitation labor program. Well-behaved inmates would have the opportunity to participate in useful tasks such as gardening, repairing animal shelters, and even learning a trade to help them rebuild their lives after release. Tom signed up and was assigned to work in the prison kitchen. There, he learned how to prepare simple meals, from cooking porridge to grilling fish. At first, he felt bored and uninterested, but over time, Tom discovered joy in his work. He started to enjoy cooking and felt a sense of pride when other inmates complimented his food. A year passed, and the day of Tom's release finally arrived. As he stepped out of the prison gates, he took a deep breath, savoring the taste of freedom. He promised himself that he would never repeat his past mistakes. From now on, Tom was determined to turn his life around, find an honest job, and earn a living the right way, instead of returning to the risky path of theft. A year passed, and the day of Tom's release finally arrived. As he stepped out of the prison gates, he took a deep breath, savoring the taste of freedom. He promised himself that he would never repeat his past mistakes. From now on, Tom was determined to turn his life around, find an honest job, and earn a living the right way, instead of returning to the risky path of theft.